Python, maximum recursion depth exceeded while calling a Python object. I've built a crawler that had to run on about 5 M pages, by increasing the URL ID, and then parses the pages which contain the info I need. After using an algorithm which run on the URLs, 200k, and saved the good and bad results, I found that I'm wasting a lot of time. I could see that there are a few returning subtrahends which I can use to check the next valid URL. You can see the subtrahends quite fast, a little X of the few first good IDs. After crawling about 200k URLs which gave me only 14k good results, I knew I was wasting my time and need to optimize it, so I run some statistics and built a function that will check the URLs while increasing the id with 8/18/17/8, top returning subtrahends, etc. This is the function. What it basically does is check next id ID, is getting the first id I know that contain the data -8, so the first iteration will match the first if is valid clause, is valid ID plus 8, will return true. Last result is a variable which saves the last known URL id, so we'll run until num of runs is valid is a function that gets an ID plus one of the subtrahends and returns true if the URL contains what I need, and saves a soup object of the URL to a global variable named queries. It returns false if the URL doesn't contain the data I need. ParseHail is a function that gets the soup object, queries, parses the data I need and then saves the data to a CSV, then returns true. If isValid returns true, we'll call parseHail and then try to check the next ID plus the subtrahends, by calling checkNextId ID plus subtrahends. If none of them will return what I'm looking for, I'll increase it with 1 and check again until I'll find the next valid URL. You can see the rest of the code here. After running the code, I got about 950 good results and suddenly an exception had raised. Something went wrong. Maximum recursion depth exceeded while calling a Python object. I could see on Wireshark that the SIP stuck on id 510,009,541. I started my script with 510,000,003. The script tried getting the URL with that ID a few times before I noticed the error and stopped it. I was really exciting to see that I got the same results but 25x 40x times faster than my old script, with fewer HTTP requests. It's very precise. I have missed only one result for 1000 good results, which is fine by me. It's impossible to run 5M times. I had my old script running for 30 hours and got 14-15k results when my new script gave me 960 results in 5 to 10 minutes. I read about stack limitations, but there must be a solution for the algorithm I'm trying to implement in Python. I can't go back to my old algorithm, it will never end. Thanks.
This turns the recursion into a loop. Python don't have a great support for recursion because of its lack of TRE, tail recursion elimination. This means that each call to your recursive function will create a function call stack, and because there is a limit of stack depth, by default is 1000, that you can check out by sys.getRecursionLimit. Of course you can change it using sys.setRecursionLimit, but it's not recommended. Your program will end up by crashing when it hits this limit. As other answer has already give you a much nicer way for how to solve this in your case, which is to replace recursion by simple loop. There is another solution if you still want to use recursion, which is to use one of the many recipes of implementing TRE in Python, like this one. NB, my answer is meant to give you more insight on why you get the error, and I'm not advising you to use the TRE as I already explained, because in your case a loop will be much better and easy to read.
You can increase the capacity of the stack by the following.
You can increase the recursion depth and thread stack size.
The recursion